What's up, nerds? We're your hosts. I am Chad.
And I am Jake. This is our weekly podcast where we explore the world of nerd from TV, movies, games, comics, news, and books.
We will give you our opinions, theories, and oftentimes spoilers.
We will also have friends and experts as guests on the show to elaborate further on those topics.
But be prepared. We like to have a few drinks, so buckle up.
If you want to support our show, like, share, and subscribe wherever you enjoy your podcasts.
You can also become a premium subscriber over at buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd.
So let's get into it. This is the All Things Nerd podcast.
Nerd.
Welcome, nerds, to the All Things Nerd podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. Before we jump into our first fucking topic, we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping. But before we do that, cheers.
Cheers. You got there. Yeah, so if you're a fan of the show and you want to be a bigger fan of the show and become a premium subscriber, check out our Buy Me a Coffee. It's over at buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. One of the things that you get there is behind the scenes, member exclusive merch, access to our pre-show warm-ups where Jake and I will have a drink and talk about some random topic. This week we talked about witches and witchcraft, and we got a little off topic, but we found our way back.
I think we stayed on topic. It was just a little off the
Yeah, it was like
broomstick, if you will.
Yeah, like one of the bristles, where it's a little frayed. It was a really fun conversation, though.
I really enjoyed that one quite a bit.
Yeah, so again, that's over at www.buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. Also, shout out to one of our newer members, Dave Morris.
Hi, Dave.
Thank you for subscribing. We love you.
Also, come visit us at Twin Cities Con. That is November 8th, 9th, and 10th. I finally did it. I did
You got it.
I
did it.
We'll be there both of us will be there all 3 days. We'll be doing some trivia, some live streams. We'll be doing some giveaways. There will also be some merch for you guys to purchase if you want. Come hang out with us. We'll have a drink for you. And, take a picture with us. Share us on social media. Just help us be better. It'll be fun. We're really excited about it.
Give it back.
Give it back.
We are super excited.
On what?
What? That's at the Minneapolis Convention Center. Also,
I think it's like $50 for a pass, right?
yeah, I think it's $50 for it, and I think it's only like $80 for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So, if you're in the area and want to come more than once, because there's gonna be some pretty big names there this year.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Have we even mentioned that yet? There's gonna be Hayden Christensen is gonna be there. Grant Gustin, who played the Flash on the CW.
Troy Baker, huge voice actor, known from The Last of Us. He was also an actor in The Last of Us.
Oh, he was the cannibal.
Yeah. And
he played the voice of the main guy. I forget
Joel.
his name. His brother. He's the voice actor in the video game for Joel's brother.
Oh, I thought he was Joel.
No, he was... Wait. Yeah, no, he was his brother.
Ah.
Maybe I'm wrong. He's one of those.
Yeah.
So sorry, Troy.
Also, he's done stuff for Batman animated.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah. I know. And the cast of Boy Meets World will Ryder Strong. Oh, I almost said Topanga.
Danielle Fisher, Topanga,
And then what's his name?
Will Friedle.
Yeah, who voiced Batman Beyond? Terry McGinnis.
Yeah,
Will be there. I mean, there's a ton of people that are gonna be there, other than
I
us. But
think
please come say hi to us.
Ian McDermott is. Did I say that right? Who played Palpatine
Yeah.
from Star Wars?
Hmm.
Stephanie Beatrice from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and maybe more recently Encanto. She
Mm-hmm.
was the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be a ton of famous people to meet there other than us. We might be the main attraction, but you should visit some of those other people as well. Uh,
Uh huh.
yeah, yep, uh-huh. Anyways, please come visit us, but we are gonna jump into our first topic here. We're gonna talk about Rings of Power, season 2, episode 6.
Yeah, and
Right?
spoiler alert.
Yeah, I did it. Man, I'm on fire today.
Yeah, you're killing it.
Oh, I should have saved that. Fuck. Uh,
Woo! Two claps and a Ric Flair, right?
Anyways, yeah, spoiler alert.
We're half in the bag,
If
clearly.
you haven't watched it, go watch it. Come back. But we're gonna jump into it. So, tune out.
Well, don't tune out because you clearly
If
paused
you
and came
haven't
back.
watched it, I'm saying
Well,
tune
at
out.
this point in time, they've paused and come back. I
Oh,
trust our listeners.
I trust Harvey Dent. I believe in
I'll
Harvey
do
Dent.
you one better. I believe in him. Well, yeah, Rings of Power. It's good. Go check it out. No, I'm just kidding.
And this has been the All Things There podcast.
I said we're on one today. Not lying.
No, it's a really good episode. At the end of the last episode, we fuck, is it Galadriel? I always fuck this up.
Galadriel.
No, the girl, right?
Yeah, Galadriel.
Yeah, she is kidnapped by Adar, or Adar,
Adar. I don't know.
Hordor. Um, but
Hey,
it
hey,
is
the door. Hey, the door.
he is played by, and I just found this out a couple days ago. He's played by Uncle Benjen from Game of Thrones.
That's why he looks so fucking familiar.
Yeah,
I literally looked it up and I was like, "Who is this?" And I saw the name.
you
I was like,
still didn't know.
I didn't go through his filmography. I just saw his name and his face, and I was like, I don't know who
just
this
saw
guy
a
is.
TikTok the other day that because there's a bunch of people that were in Game of Thrones that are in this show,
Hmm.
and they showed their comparison. Here's who they were in this show. Here's who they are in
Yeah,
Rings of Power, and he was Uncle Benjen, and I was like, son of a bitch. Yeah, pretty cool. Anyways,
I'm.
uh,
This is gonna sound terrible, but like all the prosthetics for like the scarred face,
yeah,
Scarface, scarf, hold the door.
just
Um, I'm really disappointed that I didn't put that together.
well, I think he's also wearing a prosthetic nose.
Oh, that makes
If
sense.
that makes you feel a little better.
It does. It actually really does. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. And he
the door.
also has prosthetic ears. I don't know if you noticed that
What?
too, but
He wasn't docked as a
Uh,
baby? Don't dock your dogs.
yeah, or your babies.
Yeah, that's okay.
Anyways, at the end of the last episode, Galadriel was kidnapped by the Orokai. They bring her to Uncle Benjen, Adar. Sorry, that was on purpose. But
I figured.
and then he kind of makes a proposal, like, "Hey, we have a common enemy. Let's defeat him together." And it kind of ends there, and we get to see a little more of it in this episode, which is pretty cool. But they kind of saved it till the end of the episode, which was a little annoying. But
Well, I think that they saved it till the end because he's playing her.
Mm.
She finally cracks and is like, "Yes, I'll help you," but she gives away pieces of information like she's not in possession of her ring anymore. She gave it to Elron, and that Halbrand is Sauron,
Sauron, yeah.
and
She's not very smart.
it's a bummer because Kate Blanket was so much better. It
I
was like a
mean,
double-edged compliment, a backhanded one, just uh and so when she finally is like, "Yeah, we'll work together. We'll meet up with Elron and get my ring back, and we can go do this." And he's like, "I don't need you."
yeah.
And she's like, "You hear forces? This army's never gonna do it." And he's like, "You think this is my entire army? Look over the hill." And it's just like hordes
Yeah.
of
He lit
orcs,
the fires of
goblins.
Gondor, and it was just
Yeah,
like,
the beacons indeed were lit.
but they were the Horakai.
Yeah.
Horakai. Sorry, I said the wrong thing.
No,
Uh,
but that was also really interesting. Not, I don't know about interesting, but it was fun because she kept calling him Orc, and he goes Uruk, because
mhm,
that's like the half breed of like Orc and Elf.
mhm,
And finally, when she's like, "You and your Uruk," and then he's like, "You respect me now."
yeah.
Chain locks her up and leaves her alone. It's like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Um, we get to see a pretty cool scene in this where Sauron tricks Gilbert Bro. You know,
Celebrimbor.
that's what I said, dude.
I know, same thing.
uh,
Woo!
where he's like, he goes out to like address the people because he's like, I've been locked away in here working on these damn rings. I want to go out there and like visit my people, make sure they're okay.
And he's hearing the bells because the siege is about to happen.
We're kind of working our way backwards. By my fault. I'm sorry. I started at the end of the episode and we're kind of going backwards. But yeah, so and he goes outside and he sees like kids playing and people like knitting and shit like that, and it's nice and sunny and beautiful. And then he goes back inside to work on the rings. He's like, okay, but everything looks good here. But it's just Sauron like playing a trick on him. And then they show Sauron kind of like what's really going on, and it's war, like full on war. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And
that's cool.
Anatar, or Sauron, also gives Celebrimbor like mithril dust
Yeah,
that he clearly stole.
stole from the dwarves. Yeah,
Yeah. And on top of the fact that he stole it, like he's had it in his possession for so long, which leads to why the dwarves are slightly corrupt. The elves just sense the power, but they don't know if they can trust it, and why the nine are so like possessed, I guess.
hmm hmm
Which was cool because he's like, here's this, and it's just like mithril dust. And he's like,
yeah,
if you just use a little bit for each ring, it'll be enough. Just use this, and it's cool.
yeah.
This show is, I love it, and we get more Tom Bombadil
Yeah.
with
And
the stranger.
and the sea worm. That scene
Yeah,
that scene cannot be ignored in this conversation. So
yeah.
yeah.
Isam Gaib.
the captain is supposed to be sentenced to death by throwing him into the sea, and if the sea worm eats him, then they're like, okay, bet.
He's guilty.
Um, yeah, stupid. Death by I
Snoozement.
forgot it. From the Batman. Or not the
Oh,
Batman. Sorry, Batman. Dark Knight Rises.
oh yeah. Exile or
Exile.
death.
Death by exile. Yeah.
If you think we're walking out on that lake, you've got another thing coming. Okay, fine. Death by exile.
Yeah. But
Shit.
anyway, yeah, so there's a scene where the captain is supposed to go out there and the queen basically comes out and is like, "Hey, I'm allowed to subject myself to this instead."
Because it was
Uh,
done in my name. Yeah.
yeah. And so she does, and the sea worm rejects her and throws her back on shore. And then everybody starts chanting her name. I'm kind of skipping over it just because I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but it's a really powerful scene. Um, and the sea
Yeah.
worm looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Farazan, who is the newly appointed monarch,
selfly appointed,
and
selfly a
Eagles
word.
showed up. Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
but he's pissed because
pissed.
now
Yeah.
everyone's, instead of just chanting the queen's name, they're like, Queen of the Sea, Queen of the Sea. And
Yeah.
Numenor is an island.
Hmm.
You know, they are the people of the sea. So if she's Queen of the Sea. Also, I never noticed it until this week, but Farazan's eyebrows curl and fucking bugs me, man. It really does.
I think that's like a cool thing that they, and this is a little off topic, I'm sorry. That's like something that you would see in like a comic book, right? To differentiate like the villain from like the superhero
Yeah.
is like those sharp edges and like pointy eyebrows and stuff like that, you
But
know,
Charles
as
Xavier had curly eyebrows too, you know?
yeah. Charles Xavier, I don't want to get into it because it's has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But Charles Xavier was not as fucking saintly.
That's a good point. I
Yeah.
as I said that I was like, okay, maybe not. Maybe not the
Yeah.
best example.
They really paint him well in the movies, but in the comics, he's not as good of a person as you would think.
I mean,
Anyways,
even the
back to it.
animated series he's not. But yeah.
But I think it's really cool. But I think that's a really cool point, no pun intended, is that uh the pointy eyebrows and his like perfect beard and perfect hair. You know what I mean? Like that's like a really good indicator for like a really good bad guy, and that's like a comic book thing. So I think
Yeah.
that's a kind of really cool nerdy thing to point out.
Yeah.
And I didn't really realize how interesting it was until you just said that. So thank you.
And on top of that, like he's wearing like crimson red, you know, like the color
Hmm.
of blood. And
Hmm.
during that scene, when the queen, I should have looked up what her character name is, and I didn't. But she comes down wearing like all white. You know, she's wearing like a white gown. You know, because it's
Fight.
regal, it's pure. Um, not the race, but just the color. Um,
You didn't need to add that part.
I did as a fellow white. I
You know
had to.
you know what it kind of reminded me of is Clash of the Titans when they offer up or not Aphrodite um fuck what the fuck is their name? Oh, whatever. When they offer up the girl to the Kraken, the daughter of the king or whatever, Andromeda. They
Oh,
offer up Andromeda to the Kraken and they tie her up on the like the shore of the island or whatever, and the
yeah,
Kraken comes out of the water to like eat her or whatever. It kind of reminded me of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good tie-in.
All right, thank you. Show's fantastic. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm a little, and by a little I mean pretty
Oh, we're
buzzed.
we're both in the bag. It's totally fine.
I think we're handling it pretty well so far.
So far, this is our first segment. We haven't got to a sponsor spot yet. But like I mentioned earlier, oh my god, this is driving me nuts. Your beer bottle is just the mouth of it is in the corner of the video. I noticed it earlier. With the whole Tom Bombadil storyline. And I saw something online. I don't think that this is the case, but he mentions that, the stranger is not the first person to come to him, and now the stranger is there. What if he's not Gandalf? The thing I saw online was that the Dark Wizard that is in Rune currently and the stranger might be the two unmentioned or unseen blue wizards from the Unfinished Tales. Some of the other wizards that are already there. I don't think that's the case because they kind of already called Gandalf. They've hinted Gand being the wand, but also calling him Mithrandir, which means friend.
It's Gandalf.
It is Gandalf, but it was kind of a cool thing of like, oh, this is because now we're getting Tom Bombadil also, so it's like, what if we get the other two wizards that we haven't seen before, which would be really cool, but
it's pretty funny too because Ian McKellen has said he's like if I can help it, nobody else is putting on that wizard hat.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't help it. Sorry, Ian, but
yeah,
we love you, but shut up.
I mean, you are knighted. You are a sir, but and when they leave, Tom Bombadil walks the stranger to like a field of a bunch of dead trees, and is like, your staff is out there. Go find it. He's like, this could take me months. And he even brings up like, it's almost Empire Strikes Back. He's like, but Nori needs me, and he's like, well, you can follow the path and go find Nori and your friends, but you'll never be able to find this place again. You'll never come back here.
Yeah.
Or you can do this, and you might be able to go and save her too.
You could say Star Wars, or you could say All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Or, I don't know, Lord of the Rings. Weird.
Yeah. If you leave, you can never, Charlie, you can never come back. Yeah. Did you ever watch All Dogs Go to Heaven? It's like the most heartbreaking movie in the entire world.
That's why I tried to breeze past it and not give you too much credit for it.
But it literally is that, yeah. Like, you can go save your friend, but they don't show you what he's gonna do. So,
yeah.
He's stranger danger for sure.
Oh.
Isn't his name the stranger?
Yeah, because he hasn't found his name yet.
That's danger. Speaking of danger,
I was wondering where you're going with that.
I didn't have anything to go with. If you're not into hot sauce, there's a very dangerous hot sauce out there. It's called Crybaby Craig's hot sauce. It's a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes on practically anything. Please listen up. We'll tell you more about it and where you can get some.
Hey, you nerds. Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today.
Okay, friends, it is time for Trivial Nerd Suit. This week's question is for Chad. It is provided by me, Jake Peters. If you would like to submit a question to try to stump one of us, reach out to us on our contact form or on our website and click our
You got
click on our contact form that goes through a third party that goes through Marty over at digicatech.com. I'm struggling
You're
really hard
so
right now.
Pretty.
Shut up. If the question's for me, say it's for me. If it's for Chad, say it's for him. We cannot cheat because it goes through a third party. So sorry about that.
And what's the website?
What?
What's the
fuck me. www.allthingsnerdpod.com.
Sorry, I had to.
No, you needed to.
Yep. It's also in the show notes for our listeners.
Anyways, we cannot cheat, so neither of us have seen or know anything about these questions before today. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Sending it now. Samantha Carpenter is the daughter of Billy Loomis from the Scream franchise. Who is her true mother? I do have a hint for you.
I don't know if I know the...
You watched the recent Scream movies. I know you did. You watched them with me. They explain it. Not with me, but at the same time I was watching it, and they explain it in the movies.
I don't know if I remember the character's name. I do need that hint.
Billy Loomis cheated on Sidney Prescott with this character when they were in high school. So from the first movie.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
If I just get the actor's name right, does that count?
Sure.
I still don't know if I know this. Is it Drew Barrymore's character?
No. Is it? Son of a bitch. Let me double check. Let's see. Because
it's not Courtney Cox's character.
Just hang out for a minute.
Okay.
No, I don't want the new fucking cast, you dumb fucks. Oh.
Also, how does the mom not know?
Huh?
The mom knows. Well, it's been a minute.
Screamcast 1996. Was it that old? Holy fuck me. Oh, thank God. No, it wasn't. It was not Drew Barrymore's character.
Yeah. Who was it?
I'm trying to see if that character is in the original. Well, the mother's name is Sabrina Carpenter.
Weird.
I'm trying to see.
She's so hot right now.
The girl's name is Sam Carpenter. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. Yeah. Whew. That actually would have been kind of cool if it was Drew Barrymore's character. But no, that wouldn't have made sense because they gutted her and hung her from a tree, so she probably wouldn't have had a child.
Unless they never talked about it.
Yeah. Sorry, I actually kind of thought you were gonna get that one because we were talking about when those movies came out. We were watching them at the same time, and
I still haven't watched them.
Yeah, you did.
We talked about it, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta watch those." I haven't.
Oh, well, then you're a liar, and that's your own fault for losing this week.
100%. I don't
was
remember.
Like, you told me you watched them.
I might have seen the original forever ago, but I never watched. I haven't seen any of the new ones.
Yeah, huh? Because we were talking about whatever. We were
Yeah,
talking about
yeah. No,
we were
no, no,
yeah, because we
no.
were talking about
Yeah.
um what's her name? Oh my God. The chick who played Sam and like her like speak
Isabel Merced.
how she got like fired from Scream for like talking out about like Palestine and shit like that.
Yeah, that's Isabella Merced, right?
No.
Not. See, I don't know. Isn't it
What
because
is her name?
she was in Abigail?
Huh?
She was in Abigail,
The
also
hell's Abigail?
the ballerina vampire.
Yes, yes.
Is that not Isabella Merced?
No. Her name is Melissa Barrera.
Yep, you're right.
I know. The internet, you know.
Kind of just.
Uh I'm sorry. Well, you lied to me and told me that you watched those movies.
I said that I was going to, and then I never did.
That's your own fault. You still lose.
100% my own fault.
You lose. Tua.
No hawk before the Tua?
No. Just Tua.
Well, we tried.
I mean, I tried. You did very little.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. That's why I lost. Well, let's talk about some nerd news. Well, if you want to stump us, go to our website. Clearly, it's very easy to stump me because I lie. Yay.
Only about horror movies because you're kind of a bitch when it comes
Oh,
to
100%.
yeah.
That I can't lie about. It's known. It is known. No. Come see us at Twin Cities Con, please.
Please.
It'll be pretty easy to win some stuff if you try and stump me. Just
Just
pick,
ask him questions about horror movies
yeah. Not
or
gonna go-
horror movies. He knows a lot about horror movies.
I'm gonna insert the drum beat there. But in all seriousness, come see us at Twin Cities Con. Now let's get into this week's announcements. You want to take this first one? You want me to?
Oh, I'll go. Apparently, Marvel is looking to hire M. Night Shyamalan to direct a upcoming project. How do you feel about it?
I don't know. I want to be excited, but I don't know if I can be. He's hurt me
Ask-
too many times.
Let's say, ask me how I feel about it.
How do you feel about it?
Not good, Cotton.
But do you
He's
like
made-
pumpkins?
He's made like 2 bangers out of the like fucking 15 movies he's got out there. And one of them wasn't even really a banger. It was just like, this is kind of tight, you know?
We're talking about The Village.
I know, I fucking hated The Village. The Happening, and obviously Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense would be the banger,
The banger, yeah.
the banger. But everything that's come out since then has been in you trapped me with your new movie, you son of a bitch.
I didn't hate
Trapped.
Signs. I didn't love it either.
What? All right, I'll
be
walk
fair.
it back a little bit. I'll walk it back a little bit. Signs is okay. Signs is okay.
That's how I feel about The Village.
Yeah.
It was okay.
I don't. Yeah. I think the twist, the only thing that about The Village that like got me was like, that's a pretty good idea, you know? Like,
Right.
like fuck the rest of the world. Let's just move into the woods and like start our own. Yeah.
It put a
Uh,
privacy fence up.
so like the twist at the end of that movie was like kind of good, but the movie itself was dumb. And like if I don't want to go off on this too hard, but just go get the medicine your fucking goddamn self. If you know there's medicine out there, why would you send your blind daughter into the fucking woods to go find medicine? Just be the hero in your fucking colony's eyes and be like, hey, I will take on this task and go get medicine myself. And then just walk through the woods knowing there's no fucking monster out there.
Yeah, hop on
Climb a
your Polaris
climb
side
a
by side and
climb a fence that has the freeway on the other fucking side of it that your blind daughter could have got fucking just smoked by a car and just buy some fucking penicillin and go back and everybody would have known nothing. Instead, he was like, "Oh, yes,
that's
go on this quest, blind daughter, into the woods, and I'm gonna have this person dressed up as a monster stalk you that you can't fucking see because you're blind." Dumb.
that's right. I remember you, now that you just reenacted that entire thing. I remember why you convinced me that that movie was shit.
Just go get it. You would have been gone for 13 hours. Just go fucking get the medicine yourself. You fucking twat.
Or just like get a motel because he can see where he's going, so he can get there much faster.
Oh, so bad. Oh, so bad.
Yep,
No,
you're right. I remember that now. I'm sorry.
Signs was pretty good. So I give you that one. I kind of forgot about that.
But also,
the
like, why would aliens invade a planet that's fucking 80% water?
I don't know. War of
If
the
that's-
Worlds. Same premise.
Yeah, but they didn't know about bacteria in War of the Worlds because it was
Yeah.
microorganisms. Where this
Isn't
one is like, oh my god, we don't like water. Hey, that water planet? That's fair. Let's go.
see now you've done the same to me here.
Yep. We don't need.
I don't necessarily. The only way I'm okay with this is if Kevin Feige is like, "Listen here, motherfucker. No, no twist endings. I just want you to make a good movie," and then like oversees everything. Because there is potential for, I the there's potential for M. Night Shyamalan to make good movies.
There's potential for him in all of his past movies.
Yeah, but
Except for The
always
Last
just
Airbender. But,
ends in fucking shit.
yeah.
You got me real worked up.
So
Bud.
if he has oversight, it could be good.
Maybe redeem yourself, M. Night Shyamalan. I'm sorry, that was mean. I'm Indian. I can do it.
Well, now I can't make a comment. Well, also, autocorrect hit hard on these notes. Instead of top was announced, Toph was announced and cast for The Last Airbender Season 2. And I'm stoked for this. Toph is one of my favorite characters from The Last Airbender series. And it is Mia Check was also my autocorrect corrected the
Pronunciation.
no, not the pronunciation, just how to spell her fucking name correctly.
Oh.
It's Miyah, not Maya.
Maya.
But Mia Check was announced to be playing Toph.
That's what's up. My favorite character is Prince Zuko. I can't wait for him to turn good.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. He's
Yeah.
not going to be a bad guy forever.
Yeah. Love it.
We also have an anime style Netflix series coming out of Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. Or is it Lara Croft, The Legend of Tomb Raider? Fuck.
Uh-huh.
One of those two.
Yeah.
It looks. I just saw the trailer for it the other day, and I sent it to you. It looks
Yeah.
bad ass, dude.
Yeah. And it takes
I
place after the most recent games.
Yeah, I'm stoked for it. I still want. Oh shit, what's her name? Evander. What was her first name? The first Tomb Raider
Uh,
or the latest Tomb Raider, the live action.
yeah, what is her first name?
I forget her first name. Last name is Vikander. I heard there was going to be a follow up to that movie. That movie was fucking dope, and it's what you wanted Lara Croft Tomb Raider to be, not Angelina Jolie punching sharks in the face.
Alicia.
Alicia. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope we get that.
And on top of that, she was the motion capture and the model for the most recent video games too.
Oh, no shit. I think we talked about that. That sounds familiar. But yeah, no, she kicked ass in that movie. It was so good.
Yeah.
I really hope we get more of that.
Same.
Oh, you go. As much as I want to go, you go.
Well, then take it.
No, it's okay. I did the last one.
Okay. Um, Chris Evans.
It's gonna be. No, I'm just kidding.
Chris Evans did sign a new deal with Marvel to come back. But the rumor is that it's not going to be as Captain America. But it's going to be who, Jake?
Captain Hydra. Mm.
Fucking awesome.
This would be so awesome. So, two reasons why this would be awesome for me. One, they made a very small joke about it in Endgame, where he
Mm-hmm.
says "Hail Hydra" to the Hydra agents on the elevator, and they give him the briefcase, blah blah blah, or the scepter, whatever. Um, but that's taken directly from the comic books, where you find out later on that Captain America was a Hydra agent the whole time, and he says "Hail Hydra," and you're like, "Oh shit, he's a bad guy. He's been a bad guy the entire time." Um, this would be cool, because there is also a rumor that now that they're doing this multiversal shit with Secret Wars and blah blah blah, they're bringing everybody in, and we know that Tony Stark is gonna, or sorry, Robert Downey Jr. He's the same fucking person to me. Uh,
Yep.
is coming back as Doctor Doom. The theory or the fan theory is that Tom Cruise will be playing the Ultimate Iron Man, which would be the Illuminati version of Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see that fight between Iron Man and Captain Hydra play out, and I want Iron Man to fucking win, especially if it's Tom Cruise, because I've been saying this for years since Civil War. Let me get my microphone right here for it. Tony Stark won that fucking fight in Civil War.
Yeah.
I've heard people be like, "Oh, he used AI to do it." Blah blah blah. It was 2-1, two super soldiers, highly trained super soldiers to one. He fucking won that fight. He won it.
Yeah.
He was outnumbered. He won that shit. It's bullshit. So I would love to see this fight
He said it 4
play.
times.
I would love to see this fight play out again, but with Chris Evans as the bad guy and Tom Cruise or whoever the hell as Iron Man, and just have that version of Iron Man just shut Captain Hydra down like fucking that, just to put this argument to rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fucking dope.
Yeah.
Sorry, I blew up.
You should be.
I'm passionate about this, and that's why we do this.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to spend too much time on news because we
My bad.
have to get through 2 more shows.
I thought you were bringing the next one in, so I was like, I'm gonna take a drink and let him talk. It's me. My bad.
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem.
It's me. We're gonna talk about
Thank you for
Agatha,
finishing the line.
Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Gross.
Um, Agatha All Along, episode 1 and 2 dropped this week, at the same time, and oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. It's better than I thought it was gonna be, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's because I think Catherine Hahn is yummy.
Oh,
Maybe it's
so
because
yummy.
I think Aubrey Plaza is yummy.
Even
Uh,
more yummy if that's possible.
Maybe it's because I think Deborah Jo Rupp is yummy. No, just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
She aged well.
kidding. She's yeah. Uh, Fuck, man. We'll just wrap up the 2 episodes and we gotta do. You go. I've been
Yeah.
talking for like 20 minutes. I feel like
Well,
I'm out of breath. I've been talking so much.
spoiler alert, and
Or
I
I'm
know that
fat.
I'm kind of getting glitchy with my camera. This, so they dropped the first 2 episodes. Each episode is about
Oh,
40, 45 minutes. Yeah, it's getting bad. It's getting real bad. Just listen up, look at that for a second. Um,
I'll tell you more about it. Uh,
no, but it's fun. They have spooky elements even in the first couple of episodes. I'm really liking this show, man. And, I mean, Catherine Hahn and Aubrey Plaza. Yeah, I know. I don't need your facial expressions for that. Oh no, I even turned off
oh,
my
you
camera.
froze.
Oh, there it goes. Um, like, they're just so witty as actors that just make it so enjoyable, even in serious situations, even in like tense situations. Just their quick quips.
Yeah. There's some kind of fun things that I noticed. I've read some things online, but one of the things that I personally noticed is there are small hints throughout the show before Agatha realizes that she's under Wanda's spell. Um, because the show kind of starts out where she's like a cop,
Is she
it's
a
like
co-op?
she's like a gritty, it's like a gritty like cop series and anyway, so there's a part where she's like drinking out of her coffee mug, and the coffee mug says "Get a clue" on it.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny. Um, and there's some Aubrey Plaza comes in and kind of like stirs shit up and starts trying to like talk her into the fact that she's, hey, you're not in this reality, like, but she like plays along with it for a little while, which is kind of cool. But they end up getting a big fight, which is pretty cool too. And
And quite hot.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Aubrey Plaza pulls like a curved dagger. Cuts
To the left a little bit, maybe.
I was gonna say to the right. It's all about
Are you
perspective,
a lefty? What?
No, goes to
Keep going.
but and I mean they even reference Aubrey Plaza says, like, or Catherine Hahn's like, your heart is black, and she's like, and it's only for you. Like, they used to be lovers, and I would like to see that. Um, I'm sorry, it's not all gonna be gross. We'll
It
get
might be.
into real theories here
It
in a
might
moment.
be.
But they refer to Aubrey Plaza having a black heart.
Hmm.
We know we're getting Mephisto, maybe not in this show, but for sure in Ironheart. And Mephisto has a child. In the comics, it's a dude, but also it's a demon, so like, doesn't have to be a dude.
Yeah.
Called Blackheart. Catherine Hahn gets a list of witches to form a coven so that they go on the witch's road. And
You
one of them
you
is
can't
just like
walk the
a
witch's road without a coven.
yeah,
And Aubrey Plaza's character, Blackheart, wants to walk the witch's road, and Catherine Hahn also wants to walk the witch's road. Fuck, say that 5 times fast. And and
witch's road, witch's road, witch's road, witch's road, witch's road.
she doesn't want to include Blackheart, Aubrey
Yeah.
Plaza's character, in
Well, we
that
don't know
coven
that
to
it's
do
for
so.
sure Blackheart. Her character's
Yeah,
name is Rio.
yeah, Rio, yeah.
Yeah, it's Blackheart.
Um,
It's Mephisto. Mephisto. Fucking said it 4 times.
uh, like 4 years ago.
Yeah, when the show was announced. Yeah.
But the cool thing is well, Deborah Jo Rupp, who played Kitty in that '70s show, she plays a character in this show who is kind of just like innocent bystander that
She's the neighbor.
Agatha chooses to be part of her coven because she doesn't want Rio to be part of her coven. But Chad and I were talking about it the other day, and we think that she is Rio, Deborah Jo Rupp's character.
Same person. Yeah.
It's the same person. Because we know from the preview that Rio is on the Witch's Road, and she can't get there without a coven. We know that Agatha didn't want to include her in the coven, so I think she's pretending to be this other person, so that she can be part of their coven.
Yeah.
It's interesting. And one of the big things that I brought up to you,
Mhm.
like literally 2 days ago, is that Rio says to Agatha, "Sounds like you guys are having a party," and she's referencing the um, Witch's Road.
Yeah.
And then when Agatha invites, fuck, I should have looked up her name is
Mrs. Davis.
Yeah.
Mrs.
And
Davis,
she calls
when
her,
she was
yeah,
under the hex, she was
yeah,
Mrs. Hart.
yeah. She invites her to the coven. She says, "Ooh, I love parties. Let me go grab my purse." But she's just going next door, which is interesting to me. Like, why would you need your purse if you're just going to your neighbor's house?
Yeah.
Um, and they kind of zoom in on her purse when they're doing the song, which we can talk about in a second. I'll let you take that, but I don't know. I think it's Rio. I think that is Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the song. First off, banger of a song.
Yeah.
But also zooming in on the purse. You know, Deborah Jo Rupp, Mrs. Davis, Mrs. Hart, whatever you want to call her.
Yeah.
She like sets her purse down and is like, "Should I know the words to this song?" But she's kind of like bobbing along, and then she picks up her purse before they go into.
She also starts singing the song at some point while they're singing it too.
I don't know if she's. I'd have to go back and rewatch the episode to see if she's actually like along with the words, or if she's kind of like.
Oh, she is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She is. I paid attention. Yeah.
Well, look at you. I'm just kidding.
That's why we have a podcast, my guy.
Well, I
Do your
failed.
homework, motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Be 9. Uh, there's also similarities between Wizard of Oz,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. Yeah, there's the windy road, and they all take their shoes off before they head off onto the Witch's Road, and a pair of the shoes, I believe they were Agatha's, are red, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just a reference. I don't think they'll do anything with that, but
I doubt it.
yeah.
But also the teen,
Oh yeah,
Billy.
Billy. How do we know his name's Billy, Chad?
Fucking subtitles.
Subtitles. Billy is one of Wanda's kids,
Yeah.
Wiccan.
Yeah. Because we
And
also see him use his magic to go through the door at one point too,
it's super funny
without a
because
coven.
watching people online are like, "Who is this kid?" And we watch everything with our subtitles on, and Nicole was like, "His name's Billy," and then she like pointed it out, and I was like, "Fuck, that's one of Wanda's kids."
Yeah.
It's like I knew it. But it's yeah, I mean that confirms it. Like, thanks subtitles.
And anytime that Agatha asks him something personal, like it gets muted, and it looks like stitches, but it's kind of like a W, but extra long,
Mm-hmm.
to where it could be like
Down to get the
a
freak shit on.
W, like a W and an M, like anagram
Mm-hmm.
type thing. And at first I was like, oh, Wanda Maximoff, that makes sense. But
Mm-hmm.
Billy is short for William, so it could be William Maximoff too.
Mm-hmm. Some people have been saying it's a M for Mephisto, and I'm like, wow.
Nah.
I have subtitles, so I know it's
Yeah.
Billy.
Yeah, his name's
Uh,
Billy. It's fine.
but that's interesting because that brings up the question, where's his brother? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll see. I mean, we got the first two episodes. We'll see what happens. I'm excited. I'm liking this show way more than I thought I was going to. I love Marvel, but with the TV show department, they've dropped the ball quite a bit lately.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh
Yeah,
man,
they're
is
hit or
this gonna be
miss.
good?
Is it going to be
Yeah.
good the entire season,
Yeah.
or is it just going to be like a couple
I like this.
episodes?
I
Yeah.
like this. It's funny. It's kind of creepy, like the Witches 7, like those like black cloaked like witches that show up. They're
And
creepy.
we've seen them before in
Yeah,
WandaVision.
it was creepy.
Yeah. I'm
Ugh.
assuming that that's her original coven. Hasn't been confirmed yet, but
Yeah.
that's my guess is that they are the Salem witches.
Yeah. We were like cracking up watching it because Billy, we'll just call him Billy
Yeah.
because that's who it is. Is like when he sees them and he's like pushing like couches in front of the door and shit, and it was like, bro,
Yeah. It's not
you
going to do
ain't
anything.
you ain't stopping a person with that, let alone a witch that
Yeah.
has powers. You dumb dumb.
And they reference when they see when the other witches see Billy, but they don't know that it's Billy, and they're like, "Oh, is this another child for your sacrifice?" To Agatha, and then we see like her son's room. I saw this actually earlier today, and I didn't get a chance to talk to you about it. But in the comics, her son's nickname is Scratch, and that's the name of the rabbit.
Mm,
Senor Scratchy scratches,
yeah.
So was fully sacrificed, or did she find a way to preserve
I don't know.
Scratchy's soul in a rabbit? I don't know.
We'll find
It was
out.
just something that
She
is something that I saw, and I haven't gotten a chance to like look into it. I don't know.
yeah. This is the first. Yeah.
It
You
could
didn't
just be
yeah.
a coincidence too, but
But she has a locket with hair in it, which we assume is her son's hair.
yeah, maybe she'll use that to like pull his soul out of the rabbit.
Pull the rabbit out of a hat.
And then put a soul back into it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like a two-step process.
sure. Anyways,
Well, there's no layup for this one. Let's just talk about our second sponsor.
I was like, I had like 10 seconds to try to think of one, and I was like,
Yeah, it's not happening.
nothing.
But let's talk about Ray's energy drinks. Zero sugar, 0 calories, 0 crash. That's it. Listen up, learn how to save 15%. We'll be right back with you to talk about The Penguin on HBO Max. What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Ray's Energy. an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with zero crash. Raise Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, and powered by their Refresh formula technology, Raise Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Raise Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you. Okay, friends, now we're going to talk about The Penguin, now streaming on Max. He's a good boy. I had to. I didn't, but I did. Just episode 1 dropped, so spoiler alert for that. It's plenty of time. First thoughts on the show, Jake?
I like it. I mean, it holds that that gangster, like dark, gritty Chicago kind of feel that the Batman had.
Yeah.
I like that. What do you think? I have an opinion about something, but I want to.
It feels like the Gotham Sopranos.
I was going to say that I felt that, so obviously, I guess this is kind of like the dynamic, right? The big thing is that in the opener of the show is that Oswald, or Penguin, loses his temper and kills somebody important.
Yeah.
That he shouldn't have killed. And they kind of make it seem for most of the like 90%, 95, 98% of the episode.
99%. No, sorry.
That he is like probably like 98% of the episode that he's a clumsy dumb fuck that made a mistake and is just trying to like fix it, right?
Yeah.
But in the last couple minutes of the show, something happens, and you're like, "Ooh, that's really fucking smart."
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll let you tell it, but I don't want to skip right to the end, and we can work our way there. But he's not this dumb fucking gangster that made a mistake. He has a plan, and it shows in the last revealing minutes of the episode, and you're like, "Oh my god,
yeah,
that's genius."
He's not just the street level drug pusher for the crime family.
Yeah,
he's intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this show picks up
just weeks after, right?
Says a week.
A week? Okay.
Yeah. So 7 days after where the Batman ends. And Oz is having a conversation with Falcone's son, who's going to take over the crime family. And Oz is disrespected by Alberto. So he shoots him.
A bunch.
Yeah. He 4 or 5 shots, and then he laughs, and then he goes, "Oh, fuck." And
then it just goes, "The Penguin."
Yeah. What a great opening, too. Absolutely awesome. And we see him putting we see Oz putting Alberto into a body bag, tries to carry him down the stairs of the iceberg lounge and goes, "No one's here," and just yeets the body down the stairs. And I was like, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
And
I
we
get.
see why he waddles.
Oh yeah, his
Cause
foot's he's got like some fucking club foot or some bullshit,
yeah,
right? Yeah. His toes are on top of toes and it's hot. Um
it was gross. And I've got
uh
gross feet.
the kind of like well the cool thing about the show is that the what was his name? The guy who he shot, what'd you say his name was?
Alberto
Alberto. His
Falcone.
sister, who just got out of Arkham, uh, she's looking for him big time. She's like, I want to know where my brother is. Last I heard, he was with you. And she's trying to like cat and mouse him. It's actually a really fun dynamic because he's, which I'm kind of alluding to, but he's playing very stupid. It's kind of like Columbo. Did anybody ever watch Columbo? I used to
Yeah.
watch it when I was a kid with my mom, and Columbo always played stupid, but he was actually really smart. And
Hmm.
it kind of is what it reminded me of. Is he's just like playing this dumb fuck, but uh, he's actually like he's got this crazy plan, and he's doing really, I don't know, whatever. But she's on to him. She knows.
Hmm.
She know. She knows.
She knows.
She knows.
She
Uh,
knows.
and she's trying to figure out how and why and blah blah blah. But then he does something huge to take the focus off of himself.
Well, it looks like he's just being a rat to start with. Because he wasn't very high up in the Falcone family. And they're going to close down his drug production, which is what made him important. So he goes and sees Salvatore Maroni in prison. Clancy Brown plays him. And gives him back his like family ring because Alberto was wearing it.
Mm.
And along the way, uh, Oz picks up a stray, kind of. I know you don't like. I
A
don't.
runaway, if you will.
Yeah, I see what you did there. Aha. Um, Vic, who has a terrible stutter, and was just trying to like low jack his car, basically. But uh, returns the ring to Sal Maroni. I lost my train of thought. I'm struggling. Help, please.
He gives the ring. He gives the ring back to Maroni in prison, and then returns the body of Alberto
Thank you.
to his sister, but makes it look like Maroni did it. And now, because Maroni is now in prison wearing that ring that her brother was wearing, it's gonna look like he had her brother killed instead of Penguin doing it himself.
Yes, thank you.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
Also, because the Falcone family like framed Maroni,
Mm.
which is what put him in prison, and then Carmine was wearing the ring, and then when he died, Alberto got it.
Yeah.
But they like cut off his finger, and then like carved into the trunk of a vehicle, be like payback, and
Hmm.
sent uh, Alberto's body. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is the Penguin's genius plan, because that was she was convinced that Penguin is the one who killed her brother, and now she thinks that Maroni killed her
Yeah.
brother. And now, when word gets out that he's wearing that ring in prison, she's definitely going to think that he's the one who did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty genius. And just to touch real quick on that, this fucking kid that Penguin is like mentoring now. He is about to kill him, and then he notices that the kid has a stutter, and that's what makes him take pity on him because the Penguin has a limp.
Yeah.
He is also imperfect, and so seeing this kid who is like scared and like starts stuttering, he was like, "All right, I got you, but if you cross me, I'll gut you like a fish." Yeah.
And there
So,
was a really cool part also where like he takes the kid's name is Victor Aguilar. But he like Oz takes his ID and is like, "Oh, you're from this block." And then like later in the episode, he's like, "I know that that block was wiped out from
oh, no.
the floods. You don't live there. You don't have anywhere to go to. So I'm giving you a choice. Do you want to die in return to nothing because you have nothing, or do you want to work for me and we can run this shit?"
Mhm.
Which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I know you're not a fan of that actor because of previous work,
No, I
where
was gonna say,
not necessarily the actor, but his previous roles, where you're like, this kid's kind of a bitch.
well, you know what's kind of cool? This is what I'll say about the Penguin, which I like, is that what they're doing differently than Marvel is that keeping, they can have likable qualities, right? Like he takes pity on this kid because the kid has a stutter and he's like, "Oh, I also have a disability. Uh, I'll let you work for me instead of killing you," right? But he's still a murdering piece of shit. He's not a good guy
Mm-hmm.
whatsoever, right? That's the difference between what Sony is doing with the villains in their that they're giving like these movies to like Venom and Craven and Carnage, well, not Carnage, but they're like making them fucking you like the people that you're rooting for, right?
Yeah,
So that's what Sony's doing. They're like, "Oh, this is the good guy of our story. He's actually a good guy. He doesn't want to kill anybody. He's really a good guy." No, that's not how it is in the comics. But
yeah,
with the Penguin, they're not doing that at all. They're like, "Hey, there's a likable quality, but he knows exactly what he's fucking doing. He's murdering people because he wants to." Like,
yeah. Like
yeah.
you can relate to some qualities of him,
Like if
but
you're
he's
gonna make
still a
if
psycho.
yeah, if you're gonna make a villain show or movie, m make them the villain. Don't try to make a hero movie out of a villain character. That's stupid. And that's the difference between what's going on between Sony and DC, or Marvel and DC with that in that aspect, is that they're keeping the villain a villain, as
Yeah,
where like Carnage or not, God damn it, Venom. They're like he's a good guy, but he's
or
the biggest bad guy Spider-Man's ever
or
faced.
Morbius, you know.
Yeah, more, but yeah, same fucking thing. And now
But it's
I
something that
assume the new
Craven,
movie,
yeah.
yeah, Craven, yeah.
But it's something that you've said 1,000 times on this podcast is a good villain thinks that they're the good guy.
Yeah.
And DC is keeping with that. Like, Penguin knows that he's in a shady business, but he thinks that he's making the best out of it to do, enough to where he's redeemed. Kind of.
I don't
But
know.
they're not
I
straying
think
away from the fact that, like, yeah, he kills people. He's not afraid to kill people. He's not afraid to frame people. But it's for his better interest instead of like, hey, look at this guy that's supposed to be a big bad, and
I
look.
don't think so. I don't think it's the same. I think
I
Penguin
as
wants
as I started talking, I realized that was a bad analogy.
he
But
wants to be the bad guy. He's like, I want God. I'm
I
gonna
don't think he
at
wants to be
least
the bad guy. I just think that he wants the power.
yeah. That's a bad guy. That's a bad guy who knows he's a bad guy. The difference is like like
but they're not straying from
I've
it.
said this over and over again is that like Lex Luthor thinks he's the good guy. He thinks that that super and he's been right in the comics and TV and movies, whatever, that if Superman were to turn bad, you need to have a plan to stop him. And that's what makes him the bad guy in the eyes of the good guys. They're like, no, Superman's here to help. And Lex is like, but what if that changes?
Hmm.
We can't just rely on Superman all the time. If Superman just up and decides to be a bad guy all of a sudden, we don't have a way to stop him. That's what
Hmm.
makes Lex Luthor kind of the good guy is that he really believes that he is the good guy. He's thinking in a way that the rest of the good guys aren't thinking. Because, like, no, Superman, he saves everybody. He's not going to turn on us. And Lex is like, but what the fuck
If.
if?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what makes Lex a good villain is that he thinks that he's doing the right thing and he really kind of is. But
Yeah.
he's just
My analogy was bad.
a piece of shit about it. The Penguin knows he's a bad guy and he wants to be the bad guy. He wants to control
Yeah.
everything. There's no
He
redeeming quality
doesn't want
about
to
it.
be a bad guy. He wants to be the.
Exactly. Yeah.
He doesn't want to be
Very
a.
different.
He doesn't
Very
want to be.
different.
Yeah, it was a bad
Yeah.
analogy. He doesn't want to be a crime boss. He wants to be the crime boss.
Numero uno.
Yeah.
A lot of Spanish today between you and I.
Yeah, we had a full I mean,
We had like
we
a
had
sentence
tacos.
and a half. We didn't have a full conversation in Spanish. We had like a two-worded
Yeah.
back and forth.
Let's say all the Spanish swear words we know to each other. That's what it was.
Fuck me in. All right. Do you have anything else about the show you want to talk about?
It's just it's dark and gritty like DC Comics, the animated movies are. This is also vulgar.
Yeah, this is rated R. I mean, if it was a movie, it'd be rated R. There's nudity. There's a lot of
There's
F-bombs,
like half a
blood.
tit.
There's a tit.
Yeah. A
Shit.
singular teat. But yeah, they say fuck a lot.
It's
And
bloody.
yeah. I'm really enjoying it. I want more.
Yeah.
I'm good thing because this is only the first episode. We're getting more. I'm ready for it. I kind of want the Batman 2 to like follow in like I'd
The
be totally
the
fine with
rated
the
R.
rated R.
Yeah.
I doubt that it will be, but I would appreciate it. I would
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Same. Who knows? I mean, Logan really set the bar, right? Or no, let me back that up. Deadpool 1 set the bar, and
Mhm.
then Logan came out, Deadpool 2, and then X-Men, or not X-Men, Deadpool Wolverine. And now, like, these superhero movies are like, and TV shows are kind of like
Oh my god, we
running
can
with
do
that a little bit.
Yeah.
Huh?
They're like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god, we can do that?"
Yeah.
It's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
you could have done it from
So,
the start."
yeah. So it'd be fun. I would love to see a rated R Batman movie. Oh my God, that'd be so good.
Especially DC because they already have the reputation.
The only problem would be is that they would have had to start with it. They would be backpedaling now, right? So at the
Yeah.
end of the Batman with Pattinson is that he realizes in the end of the movie that he needs to become more than vengeance. He needs to become a symbol for the city, right? He says that at the end. So the only way they could really have done that is if they started the first movie as a rated R movie before he had that realization and he was just like
Yeah.
a piece of shit, just like fuck all these people, I'm gonna kill them all. You know what I mean? But now he's like, oh man, I gotta with some billionaire power, there's got to be a little bit of responsibility, I guess. Uh, so it's different. So now, like,
Orphanhood.
they would be backpedaling if they went back to like a rated R
Yeah,
Batman. You know what I
I
mean?
guess. But then don't have
But
the
we can hold
spin-offs.
out for the rated R fucking Ninja Turtles movie. I'm excited for that. Has
Yeah,
nothing to do with what we're talking about, but rated R Ninja Turtles with the following the Ronin story where all the other turtles are dead and it's just
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah. And it's gonna be rated R. Let's fucking go.
yeah. Just Leo left alone.
Live action too, not a cartoon.
Yeah.
Let's go. This is gone.
Fantastic. Well then, let's go ahead and close out this episode. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyways, before we close out this episode, we are gonna talk about our honorable mentions. Chad, what do you got?
Uh, I've been rewatching Vox Machina, uh, before
Oh,
season 3 drops.
which is
And
when?
just think October 3rd. Is that right?
Mhm.
I'm so good at this. Yeah. So
Cool.
I've been rewatching that. I got through the first season this week. I'll get through the next season next week, and it'll be good. It'll be fun. We're having fun. What about you?
That's it. That's the only thing you have for honorable mentions.
Yeah,
Fuck, but
because I haven't watched the newest episode of Bad Monkey yet.
ah, well, mine is Bad Monkey,
What?
which I really like. Vince Vaughn. It's yeah, we've talked about it. Anyways, that's one of them. The other one is, if I could remember. Oh yeah, Terminator Zero.
Have
I've
you
been
finished
watching
it
that.
yet?
I'm almost done. I'm
Oh my
almost
god,
done.
they're so short.
I had this week has
You
been
have a child, I get it.
well. I yes, I have a child, but this week has been crazy between two episodes of Agatha, Lord of the Rings, The Penguin.
Yeah, that's
Like my homework has been
fair.
like tough. So, yeah. And then did I watch? Probably watched something else. I can't think of it though. But whatever.
What are you
Nothing.
going to make Nicole watch tonight, though?
Oh shit, yeah.
Spooky season.
In yeah, spooky season. I'm watching horror movies till Halloween. So I want to make her watch the original Blair Witch Project. She's never seen it before, and that movie scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. So yeah, like that old
Share
and
my trauma.
yeah, and we in unison with
Good word
op
choice.
our opening topic, or not opening topic, our
Pre-show.
opening pre-show. Yeah, thank you.
Over at
Good word choice.
buymeacoffee.com/all things nerd.
Yeah, so in unison with that, I would like to watch a movie about witches. Yeah, let's fucking go. There's only like two really good witch movies, personally, that I will say that are out there. One is the original Blair Witch Project. The other would be The Witch with Anya Taylor-Joy. It is terrifying.
Really?
Have you not seen it?
Have you met me? No. Bitch boy.
It's like not like jump scare. You don't really see anything. You would be fine, but it's scary in a different way.
Okay. I can
You
fuck with that, because, like,
you
Evil
could watch
Dead,
it.
you know,
You could
Evil Dead Rise.
definitely watch it. It's like maybe oh, I already made her watch it actually. She's already seen that one.
I thought you were going to go with, I mean, it's not really scary, but The Craft.
I no, The Craft isn't. The Craft is
Those are the Pikmin girls that are like, ooh, witchcraft.
yeah.
And then shit goes sideways, and they're like,
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Don't pick me.
Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Yeah. I knew those girls, especially after that movie came out. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
We talked about it. Whoever on our Buy Me a Coffee. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
But we did.
the witch is terrifying. It's like it's Ari Aster. So it's the same guy who did Midsummer, Hereditary. Uh
Oh.
yeah. It's scary like that. There's no like
It's like
monsters or
unnerving.
yeah, exactly.
Scary.
It's like I don't
You
like
don't
that.
feel good afterwards. You're not like, oh
That
my god, I'm so scared. You're like, do I call a family member or take a bath?
yeah. That's it. Yeah,
Either
it's
way, I
like
don't
that.
feel good.
That's exactly. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm gonna make Nicole watch the Blair Witch Project tonight,
Huzzah!
and well, I'll continue to make her watch horror movies until Halloween's over. So, and then we have to live horror because Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Horror movies. Yeah.
That's what I said.
Not
Horror.
not horror.
Horror.
I'm a dinosaur.
Oh fuck, dude. I'm drunk.
Uh-huh. So for our listeners, if you like us being drunk, no, seriously, if you like the show and you want to support us, the best way to do that is to go to buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. Let us know that it's the All Things Nerd podcast that sent you so that you get your member exclusive merch. Fantastic. If not, just like, share, subscribe wherever you find this podcast. Check out our web store over at allthingsnerdpod.com. Pick up some merch. If you like the look of our website, reach out to Digicat Tech over at digicattech.com. They are wizards when it comes to building websites and helping you plan for the future and growth. If you're also a bigger nerd and you like, not bigger, but a nerd in a different way and you like D&D, check out the Kobolds in the Basement podcast. It's an all things nerd production. We love it. We love you. And this has been the All Things Nerd podcast.